Well, thank you so much, Nagilia, and this opportunity to speak to the WOMEL audience again. My business is called The Writing Well. It was begun from a series of conversations that I had with my employer. This was in higher education. And we were talking about how we could best position a program to help with student retention at the university level. So that's basically a big term for saying, how do we help students get all the way through their degree process without dropping out? Well, we decided to take it back to a biblical passage, which talks about Jesus reaching out to a woman at the well who thinks she's coming to the well for one thing, and in fact, she's getting something very different that's much more meaningful. And so when we were thinking about what students actually need, they needed so much more community. This is back in 2020. And so as I move forward with my business, The Writing Well, I always try to keep that in mind, that different clients come to me and think to themselves, I really want to get published. I really want to do better at my work. I really want to get a promotion because of what I've been doing. But so many more times, what they actually leave with is so much more, because having someone to walk with you through that publication process, that editing process, the doctoral process, all of those things actually are made so much better with someone who's walking alongside you. You're not alone. And that's what I really try to communicate through The Writing Well. So The Writing Well exists to really help clients in both academia and ministry. Those are my two fields and backgrounds, whereby they could find better solutions and supports, and sometimes just more collaborative partnerships to help them move forward with their writing work. So many times I'm working with clients who are, one, maybe doing their dissertations, two, maybe they're working on publication in a professional way. So I'm talking about journals and books, things like that. Three, I'm also helping ministry clients who want to set up an LMS for people who aren't in that kind of university academic kind of space. That's a learning management system. So everything online in terms of learning right now is on an LMS. And so some of my clients are really working hard to get their kind of knowledge uploaded and in a usable system so that students can take those classes online. So I'm doing a lot of that kind of work too. On the side, I'm also doing some marketing for some clients. So smaller projects that kind of help to fill the gaps of the larger ones. Well, first of all, Nagilia and everyone who's listening, I think what happens when you receive an award is that part of you goes, oh, yikes, I don't know if I'm worthy of this, because you're thinking to yourself, somebody else should have gotten this. This shouldn't actually be mine. But then you're also thinking to yourself of all the people who need to be able to see this. And so just because some of my clients or my family members may not be watching this, I just want to give everybody who is watching this an idea. So what happened when I received this award was, I thought, goodness, everybody who's been a client of The Writing Well over the past year or 2 years, they should be seeing this, because this is actually theirs. I mean, they have helped me scale up in a way that I thought I would never be able to get to. But secondly, my family and my friends, those people who have supported me and encouraged me and sometimes had to speak hard words of challenge to me, those people also need to be a part of this process. And so when I received this award, it was right around Christmas. I was receiving all sorts of packages. This was kind of in my pile of packages. And when I saw it, I thought, I would really like to unwrap that in a meaningful place. And so my mother passed away in 2021. It's just my father left and my brother, and my dad's elderly. My brother's not healthy. And so we decided just to do an overnight with them after Christmas. Well, I took this to the hotel, unwrapped it with them, and then we had just been horseback riding. And I decided, let's find a beautiful room to be able to take a picture with this. So surrounded by my family, we took a picture in the library. Of course, that's very suitable for the writing well because of all the books. And it just, it's just a really poignant picture now for me to look back on. My hair doesn't look great, but you know what? That's all okay. Nothing wrong with that. That's such a great question. I think for one thing, everybody goes out to my website when they first of all contact me, right? I mean, either they're looking at my website first and then they contact me, or they contact me first and then they go to my website. And so having some part of this award process on my website is just really going to help other people go, you know what? I can do more than what I'm doing right now as well. And I think that's what an award like Womel's Writing Coach of the Year has done for me. It's made me realize that I can do more. I'm not in this limited, restrictive space. And if there was any challenge I want to give to our Womel listeners today, it's to realize that however you're thinking about yourself and your business, it's probably too small. I want you to open that up and I want you to expand it, because you know what? If anybody can do more, I mean, look at me. I have not had any business courses. I just had lots and lots of good conversations with people who knew far more than I did. And I wasn't ashamed to sit at the table with them and say, I'm not sure that I know what I'm doing here, but here's the space where I am. People are coming to me for help. What can I do? And I think an award like this also helps me to realize that we only have one part of the piece. No matter what your expertise is in, you only have that one piece, right? You may not have the business side of it. You may not have a legal understanding of the tax codes and tax structures and all that kind of thing. But you have that one piece whereby you can reach a whole new world. And so start thinking of yourself not just within this small space, but who else can you reach? Who else can you reach? And those most impactful moments of my life, and in terms of the writing well, I mean, that's just an extension of my life, really. What has happened is that instead of just reaching people in my locality, my state, my country, it's had a global reach. And that's where the writing well is right now, where I'm constantly talking to people now in different countries, in different localities. And what I want you to do too is think to yourself, if my thinking about my business has been too small, how can I open that up? So I hope when you look at the award that I have, that you'll be asking yourself that. The Writing Well just won a Boost Scholarship Award. That's for 2024. It's for a whole year, where I get wonderful meeting space areas. That's so much more expansive than what I had before. I get audio and visual capabilities. So I'm going to be working on different videos whereby one of my client needs those kind of things for instructional use. So this is perfect for that. Another thing I'm going to be doing, because part of my life is about giving back and giving thanks to God first, and then secondly, to the people in my life. And so one of the things I'm going to be doing, and this is just coming up next month, is I'm going to be traveling to Colombia. And I'm going to be talking with different women there about starting up ministries and how to do that. And so with my team, I'm going to be doing that for about 10 days. So it's a way for me to give back and to give thanks. not just with my money, but with my time and my energies too, and with my skills. That's really important to me. So along with that comes with the fact that, hey, I can't just run off and leave a business anymore, right? I can't just ask off of work for 10 days because guess what? I'm my boss. And so I now have to put things in place whereby I can make sure that my business is doing well when I'm gone for 10 days. So I'm also talking about how do I best structure my business for employment of other people. So I am working through that process right now too. Lots of changes in place for 2024, and it's just a constant growth pattern, constantly, Nagilia. Oh, what does it mean to me? I think about a passage of open doors. Sometimes in life we get stuck, Nagilia. We get stuck and we just see walls. But when one door opens, others tend to open too. One thing I've learned is that with WOMEL and with your outreach about my business, I've had a fairly steady, ongoing conversation with people who are interested in what I'm doing. And I see those doors continuously opening. I think anytime you put yourself out there in a public sphere, you're going to have people going, hey, you know what? This is somebody to get to know. And so they start to inquire more. So the award says, first of all, to me, I'm affirmed. My skills are affirmed. My company is affirmed. And I can walk, not fearlessly. I wouldn't say that I'm fearless by any means, but I can keep on walking through those open doors. And I'm happy to do so. Please go ahead, visit my website. I'm at thewritingwellconsulting.com. You can go ahead, send me a note through there. Happy to chat with you. I think this whole idea of a woman going into business for herself is a daunting process. And I don't, writing services may not be your thing. You might be doing something completely different. But it's not just the process of how do I start this, but how do I grow it? And how do I be a good boss to myself and to other people? And those are the kind of questions that constantly rise up and challenge me. And so if you have any questions about how I've done it, how I'm still doing it, how I'm reaching out for collaborative partnerships, that's a big focus for me for 2024, by the way. Happy to chat with you.